Now, it's hard to believe, but it's been 637 days now since Russia invaded Ukraine. Iran continues to be a worry, with the White House concerned that they'll provide Russia with ballistic missiles. Of course, Iran has form on this, already handing over drones and bombs to Russia. Meanwhile, News Corp chair Lachlan Murdoch took the perilous trip to Kiev over the weekend to meet face-to-face with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. Murdoch travelled to the Ukrainian capital with Fox News journalist Benjamin Hall and The Sun's Jeremy Starkey. Hall actually suffered severe injuries in Ukraine early last year after he and others in the Fox News team were attacked by Russian soldiers while they were there covering the conflict. Let's go live to Kiev now and catch up again with Ukrainian MP Halyna Yanchenko. Good to speak to you again, Halyna. I want to start with this visit by Lachlan Murdoch, the head of one of the most influential media empires in the world. Was that seen as significant in Ukraine, and if so, why?
Well, as you already mentioned, it's been already almost 2 years since the full-scale invasion of Russia, and the situation not only on the front line but all over the country continues to be quite tough, with shelling, with people being awakened at night and forced to run to shelters with their children. And one of the biggest, basically, battles that we are fighting is also an information battle in Western countries. We are fighting with Russia for attention, for winning the true stories. And that is why such visits and such attention of basically global media, global information leaders is very important and vital to tell the truth about what is going on in Ukraine and about the atrocities that Russians are doing here. What it means.
Yeah, I guess the timing's
people.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. The delay got us there. I think the timing's significant because the Middle East crisis, the war between Israel and Hamas, has got global attention at the moment. We've spent a lot of time talking about it on our program tonight, and of course it's globally significant, but you won't want the world to lose focus on Ukraine, and the Western world in particular needs to remember just how important holding the line here against Russia is to democracies in the West.
Can you please continue? Can you please repeat the question? It's been air alarm here, so I didn't hear you.
All right. Sorry, Halyna. I was just talking about the timing of this and the importance for the West to keep a focus on Ukraine, not forget about it, because there's the other issue of Israel and Hamas dominating at the moment as well.
Yeah, exactly. And my personal take of the situation in Israel, I'm pretty sure that the invasion of Hamas to Israel would probably not happen if the reaction of Western democracy to Russian invasion to Ukraine were quicker, tougher, and the military assistance to Ukraine were greater. Because basically each day of reluctance or each conversation raised in the parliaments of Western countries, should the military assistance to Ukraine continue or not, sends the signal to basically bad guys of this world, to totalitarian leaders who consider to mess with their countries. And if basically their reaction on what is going on in Ukraine, their reaction of what is going on in Israel would not be substantial enough, I'm afraid we will see more wars around the world. And that is why I want to use this opportunity to actually address Australian politicians, Australian government, but also the whole society with gratitude for the assistance, for military and humanitarian assistance Australia provided to Ukraine. But I should also would like to take this basically opportunity to ask for continuation of this assistance. The military assistance sent by Australia, for example, Bushmasters, was really helpful and continues to be helpful. Those bushmasters that serves as ambulance, they save people's life on the front line, lives not only of military, basically guys, of soldiers, but also of civilians, because Russians continue severely attacking the front lines, settlements where families still live, where children still live, and we need to save these people to evacuate if something happens to them. Also, it's very important, and I would like to address Australian people to find an opportunity to help Ukraine with mine clearing equipment, which is very important because Russians are basically polluting Ukraine with mines enormously, and it affects once again not only basically the counteroffensive operation, but also the life of civilians who live in these territories. And it's very important to continue providing this assistance.
Yeah, a message heard, Halyna, and we'll keep a focus on these issues, and no doubt your very excellent ambassador here in Australia will be making those requests directly to the Australian government. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll check in again